Okay, so last week we finished, and I was basically saying that like I was ready to start the high poly of this character. So I went over the character in terms of like design, main shapes, the construction of things. Like I'm happy. Um, so some shapes might shift a little bit, but like general proportions, that's like what I'm going for. Um, I know like everywhere there's going to be cloth and those little like details. In terms of like the color coding, I'm also fine. Um, I'm also fine with the color code. So it's basically black and beige with some red accents, and that's pretty much going to be it. Also, I'm really happy of the head. I really like what I ended up with actually. So that's nice. The arms at the back are going to be just a duplication of the, let's call them normal arms. And yeah, so yeah, that's going to be it. Still considering maybe not having the spikes at the back of the leg. Or maybe just like we're just gonna make them kind of like retractable if necessary. But yeah. Hello, can I ask where did you start? I mean, did you use a free model or a body or something like that, or you simply start with a normal primitive like a cube? I do both. For characters that are not really humanoid, I start from a sphere and I just like build from there. And for characters that are humanoid, I just start from like one of my base meshes that I made myself, just to save a little bit of time. Yeah. Marco, thanks so much for sharing your technique and time. Can we do something for you? Oh my. Can you do something for me? I don't know. I mean, um, maybe check the links at the bottom of my screen and go onto my social medias and just give me some love right there. It always helps for exposure and what comes after. So, I mean, that's something, but don't feel like you need to do that. That's I'm here for you today. Maybe some coffee. Well, I got mine. We're good, actually. But thanks for asking. Yeah. All right, perfect. By the way, yeah, okay. No, that's good. So where will we start? The last time when I did the Mantis, which was basically of the first character of this like entire stream, actually. I think I started with the feet, but this time maybe I'll start with the torso. Thanks for the sub, by the way. Oh yeah, and Witchpa also. Thanks for the sub. That's really cool, David. That's really nice. Thank you so much. Really appreciated. Yeah. So yeah, no. Let's get into it. Um, yeah. So right now I like pretty much have like option paralysis because I mean I can choose to start wherever I want. So where should I start? Where should I start? Yeah, okay. I think I know where I'm going to start. I'll start with the head this time, actually. Let's just check the chat real quick. Hey Marco, hello chat. Hey, hey. That's a coffee from me. No beer? No, I stopped drinking during the streams a little while ago. It's for health reasons. Um, Good morning, Marco. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, thanks. I'm new here and in the 3D world. I'm probably gonna be here watching sometime stream. I like your art and I think it's amazing. I also English is not my first language, so if I read something weird, it's for that. Oh, don't worry about that. And thanks for the kind words. That's cool. Please feel free to watch as much as you want. Can we ask the ZBrush to have our camera pivot point on our cursor? Because I struggle when I have to make hands and small parts of my character. Yes, it's the local button here. Well, you, it's not going to be here. You, it's probably going to be like in strokes or transform, I guess. Hey, Marco, can you show your sketch matte property? Looks way better than Skin Shader 4. Uh, yeah, this is just something that I think somebody gave me actually. It's just like a blasted version of the normal render material, gray material. Sorry. And this is really I really just using this one because like I chose some like really bright color, really dark colors on this character at first, and if I just use my normal one, it's just like too dark. You see? So I just changed for like a matte cap that is like more blasted. It's like too blasted in my opinion, but it's good for visibility on this character. So yeah. What is your average final poly count for high poly when you are working for clients? Well, that depends on the character. I mean, it can vary from, I don't know, like 100 to 300 million polys, I guess. Maybe lower. Okay. All right. So let's get started. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to like go and get something that all of these characters share together, which is the mandibles. They all have the same mandibles on every character, which is kind of like it's like a trademark of their design at this point. So we're just gonna load. Let's load the mantis. Probably gonna be this one. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Oh, Xavier, what's up? Ok, donc we're gonna, yeah. So that's the other character. The madcaps are weird because there was a ZBrush update last time, so we're going to uh, just like put them all in gray. We're gonna go get these mandible sections over here, and that's what we're gonna reuse. That's gonna be our starting point for everything else. How you doing? Oh, ça va bien, j'espère ça va bien toi aussi. Je suis pas mal relax en ce moment là. Hey Marco, such nice character. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, it's I have like all the reasons in the world to be like stressed and all of that right now. And since I've like the last months, let's say I've been really like practicing to keep calm even if in situations that are not so cool. Especially because of the renovation in my house. That's just like such a bother. And I mean, I live in that kind of like for a year now, and it's a bit driving me insane. But I realized that I had to choose in between trying to um, kind of like learn to live with that or to not live with that. And I think the better so the situation is to learn to live with it. And it's kind of like a hard thing. I do a bit of like dissociating sometimes to get there, but yeah. So it's funny like when people ask me like how are you doing? It's like I'm like I'm good, I'm good. The reality is like a lot of things are bad, but I'm just like into like that, yeah, that mindset of like just focusing focusing on the present, let's say. Ouais, je parle français. Hey Jacob, what's up? Okay, all right, so let's get into it. This section we're gonna have to play around a little bit with it to get what we need. Um, mm, mm, mm. Let's split it in a few meshes. So we're gonna choose, I always work with like gross colors, but like very visible one. And this time around is not going to be different. save a little morph target here because I'm going to so I'm really changing in between AccuCurve and non-AccuCurve for the move brush. I extremely highly recommend to experiment with that modification for the move tool, because like it did bring a lot of like control for me, because it really does change in an instant. It changes the fall. It changes the fall off of the of this brush, and it just makes it like so much easier to have control in between, like when you want to like move something like with a pinch or without a pinch. um yeah, very, very useful. Oh no, don't say that. Je savais pas non plus, la surprise est grande. Eh ouais, eh ouais. Hi, Sacrilegion, hello there. Je n'arrive pas à comprendre l'utilité de ce gizmo. Quel gizmo? Hey Marco, how was your vacation? Pretty good. It was very nice. It was very, very necessary. It's been 4 years that I took real vacation, so yeah, that felt very nice. Thanks for asking. And yeah, now I'm more than ready to get back to work. I'm actually super happy to being back and doing my things. Okay, that looks like it has potential. Maybe I'll okay, so I'll duplicate one here and one I'll kind of like keep at the front here. See if I can get something decent. Using this shape. This is kind of like the equivalent of like kid bashing my own stuff. I do lose a lot of the design parts though with think I'm gonna go with this one. And I'm just going to, once again, see like IQ curve moving like pointy parts of like an object goes super well with IQ curve. Oh yeah, I'll start dividing my blocking into parts as well. Split the head. Okay, I didn't have layers, that's good. And as always, there's going to be parts of the there's going to be parts of the blocking that's always going to remain existent in the like in the center of my mesh. Kind of like as the bottom level, let's say. And also is useful for print to kind of like merge everything together. Just polish things a little bit since I've moved them, kind of like warped them a little bit. Also mixing like a bit of smooth and H polish sometimes. Sometimes I find that like Smooth is better at making like a curve more round than H polish is able to. I'm just gonna read the chat real quick. Hey Marco, nice to see you again. Did you lose some weight? No, well, maybe. I guess there's a chance. I mean, depends. Like over like the last 2 years, yeah. Recently, I don't know. Le gizmo avec les trois petits cercles. Hmm. Oh, transpose tool. Wow, that's a super useful tool. I use it all the time though. I prefer it to the gizmo. What if you make some parts of the chin, the gray part, would it give you more room, the space options of this subtool? Um, well, you'll see what I'll do. Pratique pour obtenir les éléments, moins pratique à prendre en main par contre. Ouais, c'est un petit côté rebutoire, l'utiliser ergonomiquement, je trouve qu'il est plus pratique de renforcer. C'est ça. Bon, quand je vois ton taf, ça finit par me décider de j'arrête de gamer, jamais. That's good, that's good. Gaming once in a while, there's nothing bad with that though. Shiva, Treaty. Hello, Marco. Hello to you too. Marco, what kind of model do you think you need for a contractable portfolio? Yeah, people often ask me this question. I always say the same thing. It's make sure the portfolio represents what you want to work in, because people are not gonna like figure that out for you. You have to know it. You have to know what you want to what kind of like stuff you want. So you have to show it in your portfolio. At least 70% of your portfolio should be like what you love and what you've mastered, and just have like maybe like 30% of your portfolio which is more like various stuff, maybe stuff that you know is like people like hire you for. Like for example, something that like people gets hired a lot for is outfits. So maybe like make sure you have like some outfit work in there, like that shows your marvelous skills, like props like armor and whatnot. So like now that I have my meshes all connected one to the other, I can start on like just modifying them a little bit more just to make sure that they kind of like flow with each other correctly. Like sometimes just like clipping them, moving them, making them they kind of like interconnect correctly. The meshes at the bottom, I might actually keep them for last. I'm just adding some like more details to them for the moment. Sometimes just some slight modification, like this line flows better than the other thing I had before. Sometimes moving the mesh around also like skews some shapes that maybe you don't want them to look skew, so it's always good to just like check around and see like if your eye catches anything. Like now this looks clean to me. Doing a bit of sorting here. Keep rocking, Marco. This is super fun to watch. Awesome. Glad to hear that. All right, so let's go and finish these like mandible parts here on the side. I'm wondering if I'm going to be like panel looping this piece or just keeping it like as a whole, because it doesn't really look like I'm not sure I'm gonna like play that much with the edges or Or maybe I should, or maybe I should not. I don't know. Anyways, let's start by doing the front part of the mandible. Let's duplicate this because I'm going to cut parts of it. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to insert all the little like cables and ribbons like this. And for that, do I have anything on the Mantis that I was using? Just so I can like just keep using the same thing. Having kind of like a similar design in between like any like greebles or whatever. I don't think I had any. I might go check for other IMMs then. Oh yeah. Put the little tube in there. I just got an idea here. So like the smaller cable is going to go here, and then it's going to go under and connect inside of that IMM. Oops. Oh, nope, it doesn't want to. Then we'll do it manually. Let's use smooth directional to kind of like make it look smoother without losing too much volume. And smooth directional doesn't work in symmetry, so you have to re-symmetry eyes this after. So now we can get rid of some stuff in the blocking. I'm just pushing it in. And you see, it's kind of like not uninteresting to have it like visible like here as like a little like added detail. I'll just add a little shape in there, like a little quick IMM to kind of like make it feel like the cable is connected better than that. And let's make the cable become shorter near the end. There we go. Duplicate and move here. And let's just add a little detail in the tube. Or maybe a, yeah, cavity feels better. Deflating the tube a little bit. Felt like it was maybe a bit too big. You can always just like redo your tube when it's when you've been playing around with it and it's kind of the like pinched or whatever. Sometimes you can just save it with a smooth or maybe like a smooth relax. Kind of lost some mass over here, eh? Okay, there we go. So all that detail stuff. This is something I do particularly for the head. Once we're like at the phase for um at the phase of like doing like more like the body or the feet. Like I don't put that as much like attention to detail, let's say. since we're adding IMMs and little greebles like that, I'm going to go ahead and just get the eyes mesh right away. You can see the mantis is much taller than the spider. Guess I'll just take one eye and duplicate it because I might have to change the scale. It's just I don't like how it stares at me like that. The moment you put the smaller eyes, it gives a little bit more of that feeling. Okay, let's go with that. All right. since we're placing detail detail stuff and not really doing meshes, I might as well place the grids right now. Like two small grids. It's not going to be much trouble. You can even just take that grid and at least take part of it. Is this one smaller? No, they're basically the same. By duplicating these meshes also, it makes me know that the scale for like the holes is the same. So like when I'll be placing all of them one next to each other, there won't be like a discrepancy in the size of those things. Although it's not a big deal, but it's a little added bonus. So there is a slight curve in the mesh already. I'll have like they're not supposed to connect like both pieces here. Like I'll have like a little, something like a black little like rubber thing separating both areas. How did you make the grid? Oh, it's just square with inset inside. That's it. And then an extrusion. It didn't really look like that the first level. Like there was no like of that like kind of like dip before the hole. It's just like a result of like ZBrush once I uh, made the resolution higher. Once again, once it's placed, I'm just gonna dip, just push everything in. And then I'm gonna adjust the grid so it looks like it's following the shape of the helmet. Oh, the head, I should say. There's still something a bit off about the placement of the grid. Yeah, that helps. I'm gonna merge both of them. There's like some little pinches in the grid. I'm gonna do like a polish by group. or polish crisp edge to kind of like smooth that out. All right. Ba-da-ba-bum. Why keeping the extrusion? Isn't it adding toll on the PC? Um, Sorry, not sure what you mean. Thank God for that grid. Imagine how stuffy it would be wearing that thing. Well, that's the thing. It's a helmet, so it's more about like making sure the air comes out to not like burn the CPUs, I guess, since it's a Android. Doesn't it mean you can't make it comfy for them? The extrusion on the grid. Well, there's no extrusion. It's a flat piece, like a non-watertight piece. I'm gonna leave myself a little reminder in the blocking, on the blocking mesh. All right, sorry about that. Hey Marco, I think the gendarmerie concept blah, 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 is good to start for a beginner after learning ZBrush tools. Um, I think yes. I think yes. It might be slightly advanced for in some regards, because it's more like for like medium artists that already know like all the bases and stuff. But I'd say that you're certain to learn like a few really good things though, for sure. That I can guarantee. Hmm. I'm kind of like wondering if like that little part here doesn't look too much like a mustache. Oh no, that doesn't work. And just doing some slight reprojection here. All right, that's more than satisfying, I find. Quick question, are you thinking of coming back to a medieval type character anytime soon? Well, maybe I've this character, but yeah, for the moment, for the moment, it's going to be this character for a little while. Could always go back to a medieval character after. Yeah, sure. We'll see. I'm um I'm really into like Dungeons and Dragons lately, so that might actually encourage me to go back to like something medieval. Jeez. That was really precise. I don't know how much it was useful to do all of that, but I felt compelled. Quick question. I keep watching your frog VODs, and man, it's really, really cool. Thanks, thanks. Thank you for letting me know. Much love. Back to you. Baldur's Gate 3 Carlac redesign, wink wink. Yeah, it's one of my favorite characters as well. You'll have to wait to the next Dark Souls Elden Ring to have Marco motivated, I guess. Well, yeah, that's probably going to inspire me a lot. I'm already really inspired by Baldur's Gate, and also like I've been watching a lot of Critical Role, so yeah. I think okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to design the visor part because a lot of it is gonna revolve around it, and I want to have this as like a primary shape. So all right, so let's define the edges by simply drawing them. Gonna let it autosave. Okay, so let's mask this part. All right, so that will be the mask part. I'm gonna delete everything, make the helmet reappear. So I'm just gonna like put in that color for the moment and just like slightly inflate it just so it's like above the mesh. I looked in your air elemental sculpt. How did you make the skin straps and then blend them? Well, actually, I welcome you to watch my stream about the air elemental. So just go at the bottom of the screen and there's like two links. Either choose like mine or the one from Chaos Masons and just go to the YouTube page. And you'll see it was not uploaded like too long ago. And I talk about air and earth in the same video, and I talk about that. So I welcome you to go and go take a look. Oh, Papa, still that piece. I love this technique. It's so satisfying. All right. So what I'll do a little polish so that the edges are not so jagged. And yeah, like there's like too much that was trimmed in some areas. I'll need to kind of like get it back, right? But before that, I just want to just make sure the like my result is like somewhat clean. It's not clean in every area, so I'm just gonna clean it out. Oops. Also, this tool doesn't work in symmetry, so I have to re-symmetryize it. Okay, this is pretty much what I'm looking for. And the next step will be, because now I want to have like a clean mesh out of that, but there are some edges that I want to keep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that there's like a different poly paint for like the different planes of this model. And as long as it's not like too complex, ZBrush is going to be able to give me like to keep them in consideration. Oh, I kind of like missed that one. I missed that one a little bit again. All right, should be good. So there is also here. Oh, I don't remember how it dips down. It's like this. Yeah, I got it right. So this is pretty much all the hard angles that I would like to keep. So hopefully Z-Remesh is going to work well with that. So we're going to go in Z-Remesh, keep groups. I'm going to give it 2,000 polygons to do that. Fingers crossed. And yeah, it mostly worked. Here it's like meh a little bit. I can see if I can fix that maybe, but let's keep that result. For the other one, let's go back and let's do a alternate Z remesh. So this is like by pressing Alt when doing Z remesh. Let's see what results it gives me. Does not work. In some areas it's like better, in some it's not. Let's still use the Alt, but let's give it like 3,000 polys to do that. No, it's still like acting weird here. Let's keep 3,000 polys, but as simple as it remesh. It's pretty decent. It's a bit dense. I think I preferred the other density. So let's retry, but like make it 1,000 polys. Okay, so it's less dense. There's more stars and stuff though. Most loops are better though. It's just around here it's gonna be like lacking resolution a bit. And it's gonna suck, but it's that's absolutely usable. Yeah. Remesh it again. Yeah, I could just like remesh it from there, see if wait, let's keep the oof, no. No, also like it's way too smoothed, like it lost like all of the shape and everything. Whereas like this one has like kept the shape. Also like some of them I kept like the loop just just so that like the loop follows the shape, but I'm not really gonna like make them hard edges necessarily. Anyways, I got my shape. I can go with that. So now I'm going to just really clean it. And I'm going to spend this much time like cleaning and stuff because it is a mesh that is very important, like on the face. But just a reminder that like I want to apply like that level of like polish to like everything. So I just want to get like some of my line flow correct. Also, like you see, like I kind of probably try some things with the edges. Like this like dent was none there. Maybe I can keep it. Maybe it's gonna look cool. Oh wait, there's a part of my mesh that's cut. When did I cut that? Ah, crap. I didn't pay attention. Hmm. Maybe I can try to salvage it. Wow, we're really getting into a trying to fixing it moment over here. This is something I say often. It's kind of like good to know like how to fix a mesh and like the techniques that you can use for it. I find it comes like very useful once in a while, and it does kind of like practice your knowledge of like the tools, the software, but also like all of like the like manual manipulation. It comes with ZBrush sometimes. Okay, that might help a lot. So let's try again. It was as a remesh around 2000. Keep groups. Hmm. Around here, it's not as good as it was. Let's just move it a bit. Maybe by moving it, the algorithm is gonna act differently around it. And it did. Super clean now. Oh, very good. Very good. Very good. It's even better than what we had before. Awesome. So far, that's awesome. It's like a rogue. polygon here. But yeah, topology is pretty good. Awesome. This part here I'm probably going to fix manually once I'm going to have the loops and everything. So now I'm making sure really like the movement of the contour, like the contour line of the mesh is like aligned with the correct work line flow. And everything is going to be like in the middle of the visor that's going to help it to kind of like average itself and smooth itself correctly with the shape of the head. So yeah, I'm really looking at the like the line flow and all of the angles. And once the contour is going to be like clean, I'll tackle the inside of the shape. Well, I'll probably make the edges first, because when the edges, like the thickness, I mean, sorry, because once the thickness is taken care of, you can use like tools like polish by group, and those which are really convenient. You see now it gives me the opportunity also to fix that the line flow of that part was a bit skewed. Here there's a little weird thing with the poly group with the polygons, so I might actually just like quickly fix it. Extrude, boop, and boop. There we go. Really nice that they added those functions in ZBrush. Now it's been a little while and those were added, but yeah, it just like some simple like polygonal thing. Um, it never made me change my workflow much of like panel looping my things and that sort of stuff. But it does help tremendously. So like to be able to have like a perfect capsule shape here for this like little detail, I'm probably gonna eventually place like a capsule there and make it look like perfect, or as perfect as I can. Actually, I could like do it now, but I just want to keep my flow and fix the contours manually before going into like refinement. And once again, I repeat, I'm being very picky right now because this is a very important piece, but I won't always put this much attention. Like I will let a lot of things like slide. So you know what, I'll make an extrusion here going down. Oops. Oh, it's even doing it when it's masked. Hmm. No. Okay, so I can't like stop it with a mask. In that case, I'm going to have to remember to, once my panel loop is done, to actually add this thickness here. That's weird. Mesh border. Okay. Whatever. And here, my goal was to like pull it inside. So let's do it now. All right. Next, I'm going to flatten some of the some of the parts that I really want to. Well, make sure it looks flat. See, just like with this smooth brush, you can flatten like this like edge in the middle. That's why I'm saying it's not always about like H polish to make things look flat and art surface. Sometimes just like relaxing the mesh will make it look flattened. Um, can you remesh without polygroup, then reproject? Can't you remesh without polygroup, then reproject? Yes, but I lose the control that I want. I want my flow to really follow like these lines because I want them to be very clean and I want them to I want to have control on them. So I'm kind of like insisting to keep those polygroups. Like I said, I'm not going to be this diligent for every shape on the character, but since it's the visor, which is like the front of the face, for me it's important to have as much controls as I can. I could do it without, for sure, but like I care for that thing. Maybe add polygroup to the upper piece before meshing. Um, add polygroup to the upper piece before remeshing. I'm not sure what you mean, sorry. Use Pillow Paint to target dense area. Oh, it doesn't work that well, that tool. I never really play around with it because, yeah. Have you tried sculpting or playing in games in VR? Yeah, I did have a VR. I'm probably gonna buy like a new one like in some time to test like the new thing because it's been a while now. I haven't played VR since my kid was born. But no, I love it. Sculpting in it, it's pretty hard though. It's not there yet, I find. But I'm gonna give it like a try as soon as I can. Extrude and delete. Yeah, I could have done that. That's true. I'm talking about the extrusion you wanted at the bottom. Yeah, no, I get it. No, that's true. Could have done that. Actually, you know what? I'll do it right now. And then you guys are. Oops. Come on. Boom. There we go. Hmm. Not really working well, eh? All right, so now the piece has a better topology, so I'll be able to do things a little bit more cleanly here, because I'm trying to do something really precise and it's not responding really well. Trying to kind of like push it so it rounds up. Yeah, there we go. Something on AR would be cool. I would have to kind of like imagine that because I'm not sure what it would look like. All right, that's getting pretty clean. There's a central part of like that visor that is still like in some areas could be a little bit better, although it's pretty much there. Oh, there's right there here. So you see sometimes when there's like a perfect loop, it's easy to clean by just removing the loop and placing another. But before I do that, I just want to kind of like insist on where's the cavity here on the visor. There you go. Now I can add it. Often I like my mask is still applied. I'm just like hiding it right now because it helps me to focus on the inside of the shape, and I actually have the contoured masked right now, so it's easier. So this is going to be clean enough, so that's good. Take a second to clean things around here. Cleaner edge loop. There we go. So now I'll clean the inside of the visor a bit. Just making sure that the flow is somewhat good. I could maybe like try like to polish it also, but I prefer to use tools like smoothing or smooth relax like I'm using right now. I just find it like it relaxes the mesh better. Just have to be careful sometimes on the edges. It kind of like doesn't smooth correctly. I just have to be careful and test if either like the smooth relax or the normal smooth is better. Sometimes you also have to really reduce the strength of the smooth brush to get like get more control on it, let's say. Mask the border. Okay. All right. One last final thing I'm going to do just to make sure those like holes here are or straight, and for that I'll use like a comparison block. Let's call it that. So I'll place them everywhere. Like I could almost like even like use them afterwards to place things like other IMMs, I mean. But at the moment, they're really just there to so yeah, once again, repeating it, what you're seeing right there is like extreme diligence. It's good to know how to do it, but it's good to know also to not overdo it all the time because, like you see, it takes much more time. How did you hide the mask? Me, it's a shortcut, but it's in the masking option in the on the right side. If you go to the bottom masking, you'll see like hide mask or something like that. Huh? Did you try the new version of Topogun? I heard it has some new art surface tools. Might be interesting for you. No, I'm good with my technique, thanks. But it's pretty cool that they're continuing to improve in that regards, though. It's Topogun's a really good tool to have. Saw something here I didn't like. once I've applied the thickness on this piece, I'm probably going to call it a day, because I need to go finish other things that are waiting for me. All right. I think that's going to be pretty much the the best that I'll be able to do anyway with that. So before I get too crazy. Okay, all right. So I think that yeah, I'm gonna take care of like the thickness and everything on the next stream, because yeah, this is gonna be like ultra clean. The yeah. So next time we'll start from there, and I'll panel loop the visor and take care of like the contour, the edge, and that'll be pretty much like the the final visor part at least, and it will also dictate pretty much like the level of quality that I'll go for the head, kind of like a benchmark if you want in a sense. And yeah, so we'll continue on the head on the next stream. All right, let's just check the chat real quick. Hey Marco, just here. Did you get a new cam? I can almost see your skin pore. Yeah, I did a while ago, and this is like it's a photographic camera that I use to take photos, and my wife also uses it for photos and stuff. But it has a great quality for videos, so yeah, it's a better it's a better one. How about the basement? Are you trying to make some office there when it's finished? No, the basement is going to be to install a printing and painting station, actually. I'll keep my office here, maybe change my statue in the background a little bit, buy a new rack for downstairs. It's starting to get pretty crammed over here. And the other thing is hell divers too. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Was anything teaches me the more patient to clean method. Nah, thank you for the stream, Marco. Hey, it's my pleasure. What for? I don't know. We'll see you next stream. Thank you for the stream, Marco. All right, that's cool. So, yeah, everyone, thanks for joining in. That was really nice. Let's go and raid someone. And yeah, so next week I should be doing another one around the same time, same day. So yeah, stay tuned. Take care, everyone, and until then, I guess. All right, take care.